Hello! Welcome to our presentation of the OSI model, which is a general framework for how networking systems should operate, and is broken into 7 layers. The first layer of the OSI model, layer 7, is the application layer. The application layer provides interfaces for applications to access network services, such as file sharing, database access, and message handling. These applications have both network and server components, the most common of which is the browser, which lets the client or person using the computer access internet services. Common protocols at this layer include HTTP and FTP, and the PDU is simply referred to as data.
Time for the presentation layer. The presentation layer deals with all data formatting and translations. Depending on what the application layer wants, the presentation layer will modify outgoing messages per application layer's request. And for all incoming messages, the modification process will be reversed. The redirector is found on this layer. Its job is to request services from the computer. Any request that's too much to handle locally will be sent to a network that can handle it. Potential problems in this layer include missing translation software, preventing proper translations. Protocols found in this layer include FTP and HTTP.
Layer 5 of the OSI model is the session layer. The session layer is in charge of setting up, maintaining, and tearing down sessions. Some functions the session layer handles include name lookup and user logon and log off. Checkpointing is also performed at this layer, which keeps audio in sync with video. Protocols found in this layer include DNS and some authentication protocols.
Now for the transport layer. The transport layer breaks down data into segments to easily send across applications. Every network technology has a limited amount of bytes that it can handle. This is called the maximum transmission threshold, or MTU. To prevent going over this threshold, the transport layer uses flow control, which keeps the recipient from being flooded with too much data. In circumstances where segmenting doesn't happen, such as UDP, the data may become unreliable and susceptible to hackers. Protocols used include TCP and UDP.
Next is the network layer, which handles logical addressing, translates IP addresses to MAC addresses, and checks the best path to select for routing when multiple paths are available. This layer also provides access control, acting as a guard by consulting a list of rules and criteria before letting packets through to their intended destinations. The PDU here is called a packet, and a few of the software components at this layer are IP, ARP, and ICMP.
Layer 2 of the OSI model is the data link layer. The data link layer works with frames and is an intermediary device between the network and physical layer. It defines how computers access the network, which is why the MAC address is defined at this layer. The header and trailer are added in this layer, which include source and destination addresses and the frame check sequence. Protocols in this layer include Ethernet and FDDI.
The final layer of the OSI model is the physical layer. This layer handles the conversion of bits into signals for output and signals to bits for input. These signals depend on network medium and can be represented by electrical pulses, pulses of light, or even radio waves. The physical network connection is also detailed, specifying the connection medium to the network interface card. Encoding also takes place at this layer, which represents a physical signal in the form of ones and zeros. Problems at this layer of the OSI model include incorrect media transmission, EMI, or scrambled signals. This concludes our overview of the OSI model. Thank you.